He's who come out with a bang. Coach Minzy. Best round here. Remember that.
All right, people, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to another episode of From Trackside Podcast. And tonight we have a very special guest to introduce to you, and he will be sharing his story on this one. So, people, before we get any further, please remember to like the video, share, subscribe to the channel if you're new, so that you can become a part of the Coaches Desk family. So, we have a very special guest, like I said before. But before we get into that, I'd just like to congratulate Faith Kipiegan and Noah Lyles for taking the male and female athlete of the year. Our very own Sherika Jackson did not finish on top of this one, but we were uh, in the know that, I mean, Faith Kipiegan would have been a very hard one to beat. So bless up everyone. We're just gonna get right into it because we have the special guest here ready and rearing to share his story. But let me first welcome Drew Fortes in the building. Sherman Scott, welcome to all the persons who are already watching and have not yet commented. Bless up yourself. So, without further ado, people, let me welcome to the coach's desk for the first time, Navasky Anderson.
Blessings. Good afternoon, everyone. Good night, everyone. Blessings,
Yeah, ma-
coach.
yeah,
Thank you
man.
for
Welcome to
being here.
No problem, man. Welcome to the show, and it's indeed a privilege to have you here on this platform. Just to have a little conversation with you. You know what I mean? Um, how is everything going?
As far as it concerns, everything is smooth. Going smooth pretty much, and back in training now, and with Paris 24, the goal, just training and just getting ready.
All right. First and foremost, Navasky, congratulations on that medal that you won at the Panam, and also congratulations on attaining your master's degree. That is indeed a big feat. So I must congratulate you. I know you're gonna tell us a little bit more, more about those later on, but I have to ensure that I tell you my congratulations before the show gets into the meat of the matter. But let's kick it off, Navasky. Um, where tell the audience where you're from and how you got involved in the sport track and field.
Well, Navasky Anderson is from a small town in St. Anne called K Valley, St. Anne, pretty much close to Brownstown. And that's where I was born and raised. And it's a small town, but we're known to have a lot of talents back in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan Allen lived just up the street from me. We used to go to the same school. Christian Garden, you probably heard of Christian Garden as well.
Yes.
He's from same community. So we have a bit of great track and field talent down in that area, down in St. Anne, down back in K Valley. And starting my early life back in K Valley, it was basically, soccer, playing a lot of soccer, playing a lot of football, And I used to basically take the taxi to school, and I would give my sister my backpack and be like, okay, sis, can you take this home for me? And then I'd basically run from Clarksonville to K Valley every evening. And for me, I didn't know that that was basically basic conditioning for me, just doing that every evening, just doing that was when I was much older in high school. I realized what I was doing over and over again. So I used to leave school, run from school right home. After I reach home, I used to literally grab the football, go straight to the field, play soccer for hours and hours. Grandma searching for me. She know I'm at the football field, would sometime come out there and chase me. Leave the football field, jump right in the river, swim and swim and swim. So all the time, my early life, I was just basically conditioning myself, not knowing that running home, playing the football, swimming, all of those little things was basically conditioning, you know.
You recall the distance that you'd have covered in running home?
Honestly, it's roughly 3 to 5 miles every day,
Wow.
and I used to do it a lot. I used to do it a lot.
So like you rightfully say, that was basically developing your endurance and all of these things that contribute to the event that you are currently in. But before we get deeper into that, you doing all the running, you're focusing on football. Uh what happened throughout your primary school life? Was it a case where you were involved in track and field, or was it just football?
It was so my brother was basically he was huge in track and field. Track and field was always his first love. Track and field was very huge for me. He always tell me stories of going to Central Champs. He used to run for Homewood. His name is Wayne Montague. He used to run for Homewood.
Hmm.
Broke the Central Champs record, the 4x1. So he was really big in track and field, but things that happened and he didn't get to chase his track and field goals. And after primary school, I passed to go to Knox Community College. And for me, it was like, okay, he was like, I would love for you to leave the community and take the opportunity to go to St. Jago High School, because here you can get to focus on track and field more and get to chase the goals and dreams, travel all over the world to run, so stuff like this, he always be like, yo, you got to do this, you got to do that. Sometimes he'd wake me up in the early mornings whenever he knows that I have a Sagicor meet coming up, a primary champs meet, something like this coming up. You'd wake me up in the early mornings. Okay, little bro, let's go for a run. Would play soccer early in the morning. So I guess he knew that. My bigger brother knew that he was conditioning me, but at the time I had no idea. I was just having fun. So, and for me, just having fun around that time, putting in the work, and I didn't know that I was just building my body, and he was building one of the greatest middle distance runner to pass through Jamaica.
So your brother was one of the major or biggest influence in your life up until that point.
He was definitely the biggest influence in my life, and up until this day, one of the biggest influence in my life right now.
All right. So did you actually run at these Sagicor meets for Saint Anne?
Percent and blue and white.
Yes. How was that experience for you?
That
Were you
experience,
competing in the middle distance, or you were sprinting, or just talk to us about that?
it's a funny story of how I got into the 1500 meters, and how I would never, the 800 meters was my least favorite event. I always run the 400 meters and the 1500 meters, but for some reason I didn't like the 800 meters up until my last year in high school. But I always try to run the 1500 meters and the 400 meters for some reason. But I guess I was just building my body to run the perfect 800-meter race. And how I really got into the 1500 meters, which was my favorite event for a long, long time. For most of my life, the 1500 meters was my favorite event. And I got into this. It was a sports day event. It was like a cross country meet back at my old school. And I could remember very vividly, very clearly. I was just in grade 3. And I used to go to like all age school was something they would call like a junior high, even
Mm-hmm.
though I left at grade 6 to transfer to San Diego. And with the 1500 meters at that point, it would be like an open event. So basically, the same route I used to run every day from school to home, they was having a cross country meet on that same route. And I was in third grade. So I was like, okay, I'm going to run this. Even though the teachers didn't want me to run, I said, all right, I'm going to sneak out and I'm going to run. And eventually I snuck out during the cross country event and run the cross country event and beat all the boys from grade 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Beat
Wow.
everybody. And when I won the event, most people were saying there's no way that little boy won that cross country race. He probably took a taxi. And yeah, they were saying I took a taxi and my sister was there vouching for me. No, you run, he did it, he won. A lot of people can tell you this story back in my community. They said I took a taxi and I could remember finishing the race. I cried because most people didn't actually believe that I won. So they said, okay, if you win the cross country race, that means we're gonna put you with the big boys on sports day and see if you're gonna actually win on sports day in the 1500
So
meters.
they really wanted to prove because they don't believe that you actually. But little did they know that you were already running that course.
I was running it every day, so I was
Yeah.
like, "There's no way, nobody's gonna beat me because I do this literally every day. Put me in it, beat everybody." They said I took a taxi, literally grade three. That's probably like what, just 7 going 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Literally cried, and then I was like, okay. After that, they put me in the 1500 meters and sports day, and the entire community I could remember came out to watch. Everybody was supporting. And I ran 7 events that sports day. And I won all 7 events. But in the 1500 meters, I lapped every single person in that race that day. Everybody I
Wow.
lapped. And since that day, people said the breeze was taking me around the track because I was skinny. I said the breeze was taking me around the track. Some people was like, God took me around. People said all different type of things. But that day I was able to prove to them that, yes, did not take any taxi. I actually won this event. And from that point, I was like, okay, I think track and field is really for me after that day.
Yeah. And people, if you knew Navasky when he was younger, he was he was like this to the people,
Mm,
and he was a very diminutive figure. So to see him in that race running against those big boys, trust me,
I'm telling
you
you.
know. But you indeed prove them wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely they believed in the talent that you had. So how the transition to high school happened? How did you ended up at St. Jago?
St. Jago High School now, so that happened at third grade. So I decided that after third grade,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna run the 1500 meters and the 400 meters every year. So I moved from there to the district championships, so they call like the DA championships.
Yeah, yeah.
Went there for my first year in the 1500, got like 10th place. The bigger boys beat me up. Said, all right. When I went back from fourth grade, dominated. Fifth grade, dominated. Sixth grade, dominated. They then brought me on to the parish championships. The parish championships level after they brought me there. In fifth grade, I went there and that's where I met the St. Jago High School coaches. And they took my phone number for like 1 whole year. They kept in touch with me, keep
Mm-hmm.
calling me back and forth, have great conversations. So even though I took my GSAT and I know that Knox College was my number one choice and I wanted to go to Knox College, I already had developed that relationship with St. Jago High School. And what
Mm-hmm.
my mom did, she explained to me the pros and the cons of moving away from the countryside to go live
Mm-hmm.
with my coach in the inner city, or staying in the countryside, living with my grandma because she was living overseas. Both my
Mm-hmm.
mom and my dad was living overseas at the time. And then I said, I have a great conversation with my brother. He definitely wanted me to lift up out the community and move on to soar to higher heights. So I decided that, okay, I'm gonna go to St. Jago High School. That was my decision, to go to St. Jago High School. And when I went to St. Jago High School, I was living in Portmore for a while and then just traveling back and forth with one of my mom's friend living in Hellshire, just traveling back and forth. I used to reach home late at nights after St. Jago High School,
Yeah.
probably reaching home after 8 in the night, have to get up back from 4 in the morning, catch the 5 o'clock bus to go to Nagaweed, then from Nagaweed to Spanish Town. So it was a lot for me. And after for a few weeks, Bobo decided that, hey, you know what, Navi, I think I'm gonna take you in to come and stay with me, to come and live with me. And then I went there and move on to live with Bobo, Coach Damian Bembridge, and living with Damian for a while. He used to wake me up every morning because I was so skinny. Used to boil porridge for me all the time. All the time. Used to do everything by every last cut, ensure. Used to do everything just to build my muscles and stuff. But my body was just not at the point where it was ready to be
Yeah.
developed yet, you know. So used to try everything with me. And then for the first year I was living with him, he decided, you know what, he's gonna get Keenan Lawrence. Keenan Lawrence, which broke the champs record in the 1500, was a
Mm-hmm.
great athlete at St. Jago High School, decided that he was gonna get Keenan Lawrence to come live with me. And the way how Keenan Lawrence decided to come to St. Jago, the year before I had beat him in the 1500 meters at the district championships, and both of us went to represent St. Anne and the parish championships. And I used to beat Keenan all the time, so Keenan decided that he wanted to come to St. Jago High School and beat me. So he came to St. Jago High School, and Keenan did beat me for all those
Yeah.
years. But both of us developed a great relationship up until this day. We train together, wake up early mornings together, run hills together, basically becoming brothers. And that forming brotherhood with with other teammates at St. Jago High School is really what got me into my groove. Let me feel like this is my family here, even though my family was back in the countryside and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just get me assimilated into all that process training and all of that, and then everything just started transitioning smoothly. First 2 years of champs, it's probably my best 2 years. Got fourth and fifth in the 1500 meters, and then after that, that was it for the rest of the champs days. But if you know Navasky Anderson, despite running at champs or whatever, I was always there in every single rep, giving my utmost best, running my 100%, whether I'm in the back of the pack or I'm at the front of the pack doing the long runs. I'm always there being consistent. It was just that the result wasn't showing. But after a while, I figured out that my body was just not developed to the stage where it was ready to perform to a certain extent.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it was hey, I can remember one year now. I don't know if it is fourth form or fifth form in a Navasky. When you came back after summer break, I could only remember you were short. It's like you just blew up. I was wondering, nah, man, what really going over the summer? I, I mean, like you said, you weren't able to compete in those years at champs because you had some tough teammates to go up against. But did that deter you in any way, shape, or form?
Honestly, to me, I knew that at the point there was some really great guys like Leon Clark. He was running
Yeah.
1 minute 50 seconds in the 800 meters, and I was just running like 1:58. So it's not possible for a coach to say, okay, I'm gonna put you in the 800-meter champs over two guys that running 150 and 152. So at that point, I basically understood. But while I was doing that, I was still trying to run the steeplechase. I was still trying to run the 5,000 meters. I was trying to do everything just to make it work. But it was just not my time to shine. I try running steeplechase at champs, try running everything, try running the 5,000, but it was just not working. It was just not my time, honestly. And then I think I understood that pretty much, and that's what really got me staying into it.
Okay, good. Because sometimes some athletes don't really understand base of the structure of champs and the amount of athletes that can compete in an event. Uh it's really the clock in the tracks.
Yeah.
It is really the master. But that transition that you made from St. Jago to university, talk to us how that transpired.
So I did not make the transition directly to Mississippi State University.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at first I was just home studying because studying for my Cape examinations. I was home studying for my Cape examinations one night, and I was just this. I decided to take a break and randomly video call one of my old teammates on Facebook. Randomly call one of my old teammates on Facebook. And at this time, as I said, I was running 1:58 in high school.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, there's no way I'm gonna get into a Division 1 university with this. Or you get what I'm saying? Coaches are
Yeah.
not looking at that. But my CXC scores was exceptional, even in Cape, getting Caribbean awards and national awards. So my scores was above par. Honestly, my grades was above par. So calling this teammate while taking a study break online, it was like, I understand, but why do you instead of going to upper six, why don't you try to get into a junior college institution or something like that? And then it was like, what I'm gonna do for you? I'm gonna give you my coach number, and I'm gonna explain to him that you're a very great guy, you're very good in the schoolwork. You're not the best on the track, but I'm gonna explain to him that you're very good in the bookwork. And tomorrow morning, I just want you to, when you wake up, just give him a call and just tell him that you'd love to get an opportunity to, to come to Essex County College, and let him know that you're very diligent in your schoolwork and you will stay on top of your grades, and then you will do your best to keep on training and work hard in track and field to give him the best results. And the next morning, I woke up, that's exactly what I did, and that's exactly what I said to the coach. And then I was just at school, and then he told me that, okay, I'm going to give you this opportunity. Like he definitely could see that, I wanted to do great, I wanted to do well. So he
Yeah.
told me that he's going to give me this opportunity. And then I'm just there, I'm like, all right. And then he was like, are you near a computer? I said, I can go to the IT lab at school. Went to the IT lab. And same time he sent down to me, he sent me the application form. I did
Mm-hmm.
the application form and did some other paperwork. And in like 3 days, I saw that I got accepted into Essex County College. So it's like something going in the works, God is definitely working right here. And
Yeah.
then did all my paperwork, did all my filing, did everything I was supposed to do and stay on top of everything. And then I just, getting accepted. And then I started working on my visa, got my visa and everything. And then, I said, Grandma, I get the opportunity, even though she passed away last year. I said, Grandma, I got the opportunity to go overseas to school and everything. So I'm going to take this opportunity. Went down the countryside, spent some time with her. When I leave in, Grandma wrap up a little money, give you and thing. So
Yeah.
I said, all right, Grandma, we're going to make you proud. So leave Jamaica, went to Essex County. First year, it's probably the roughest year of my life. But
Wow.
passed through that was probably the roughest year of my life.
Tell us about it.
And I don't honestly, I'm gonna get into a little bit of it, but not too deep into it.
Yeah. All right. No
Yeah.
problem.
But the
But
first
but, but,
year,
but stick up in there. You said that you lost your grandmother. Please accept sincere condolences from the Coaches Desk family, and I trust
appreciate
that
it.
you find solace in this time.
Appreciate it.
All right, no problem. Go ahead now.
So moving forward from that, my first year, I could just remember walking out through. I went to JFK airport, and I could remember walking out through the airport. And walking out through the airport, this police guy saw me, and then based on the type visa I was coming out the line with, basically he just saw me, I had a knapsack and a suitcase in my hand, and he saw me, and then he said to me, call me over, and he asked me my name, and I told him my name, and he was like, well, listen, I don't know where you're from, I don't know what you're about to get into, but I'm gonna tell you this, I can see something great in you, and I'm gonna tell you that your first year in America is gonna be your roughest year. But if you can
Wow,
buckle down, it's like if you can buckle down, set your mind towards your goals. Just believe in yourself. You can achieve anything you want. You just stood
just
there,
like that.
just like that.
Wow.
Shook his hand and tell him thank you. Walk out to the airport. Took a taxi to the address I was going to in New York,
Have you ever tried to find out, reach out back to that person?
and I never tried, but to me that was a sign, and I just never
Yeah,
forgot that
like
conversation.
an angel.
Yeah, just happened like a lot of people passing by just decided to call me over and stop me and said that to me, and I was like, throughout all my rough times and my hard time, I just always remember that.
Wow.
And then it took me a while to get adjusted to the climate because I was going to school in New Jersey. I wasn't used to anything like that. And the coaches was
Mhm.
like, only way you're going outside, going inside to train, unless it's below 30 degrees. So even if it's 31, 32, 33, which I'm not used to, I've never felt before, you have to train outside. That was one of the roughest phases of my life I've ever been through, just adjusting to that. But after a time, just putting my mind to it, setting my goals, it got easier. Because I'm a goal getter, I'm a goal chaser. So I'm just always like chasing my goals and things like that. So with that it kinda get easier. Still not easy, but and
Yeah.
then my same teammate that I told you about, his name is O'Neal Williams.
Yeah.
My same teammate, I went there, he had one more year at the school. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna follow this guy footstep. He is one step ahead of me. So I'm just keep on, I'm gonna just follow his footstep. I'm gonna learn from him and keep doing what I have to do. And I realized that O'Neal was a hard worker. He would always go on his extra runs, stuff like that. So just adapt to those same principles, carry on the same principles I had from St. Jago High School. I brought those same principles over
Mhm.
and keep putting the extra work, doing the extra work. And the coach at Essex County College, coaches, spend some time, give me some personal time, and really was like, hey, man, you can do great things. You're gonna be great. Despite what I was running 158, telling me I could be great. I can be great. And I believed in him. I believed in my coaches. I had two coaches, a male and a female. And I believed in my coaches and buckled down and said, all right, Navasky, we're gonna do it. And basically my first year at Essex County College, um, transitioning from 158 indoors around 154 out indoors. So from 158 to 154, I was like, all right, I'm getting into it now, getting better my first
Mhm.
year.
Mhm.
That same outdoor season, I moved on to run 153 at Princeton University. So it's like, okay, 158 to 153. It was like a big jump. That was like a massive jump. Then the second year now, training harder, working harder, try to make ends meet at the same time. I was doing a lot during that time. I did a lot honestly to really I'm already kind of just get into it basically because we're talking about it.
Mhm.
So I used to train twice a day with my coach. I used to train with my coach 6 a.m. in the morning and 6 p.m. in the evening. And in order to make extra few dollars, I used to, just assist out a few parents with coaching their kids and stuff like that, take them to the
Mhm.
gym and stuff. So while I train in the morning and train in the evening, in the night, whenever I take those kids to the gym, I'm training with them again, putting the extra work, doing the extra
Extra
hour.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm doing all of that. And I was motivated because, this is putting a little bit of food on the table so I can buy some winter clothes, I can buy some snacks, I can buy some food for myself, I can provide for myself, because I knew if I call my mom and say, Mom, I need this, my mom was going to make sure she provided it for me. But I was like, I'm at the stage in my life, I need to figure out this on my own. I need to
Yeah.
figure out this by myself. So I did everything I knew what I was right to figure out this for myself, just a little coaching, just even barbering. That's how I got into barbering as well.
Yeah.
I saw a dude on campus, he was like, he can't go to the barber to pay $30 for a haircut. So I said, why go to the barber and pay 30 for a haircut when they can just come to me and I'll cut you for 10? He
Yeah.
said, for real? I said, yes. So he came to me and I went down in my room and said, all right, I have much money in my account, about $60, $70 in my account. And I said, all right. I went to the dollar store, I buy up my alcohol bottle, buy some alcohol, razor, some little thing.
Yeah.
Went back home on my phone. I was watching YouTube from like 11 o'clock to like 6 o'clock in the evening. Watch how to line, fade, to do everything. You know?
Mhm.
Then the 6 o'clock came now and he decided that he wanted a haircut. So he said he wanted a fade. I said, all right. So I did everything I learned on YouTube, 360 Jeezy, all those guys. Created the bar line, gauge one, start fade, start blend up,
Yeah.
everything, you know? When, when I finished cutting, I was like, did I just do that, you know? I mean, I said,
Yeah.
yo, I have a talent. I have a talent for real. And I said, all right, I really have a talent. Realized I have a talent. Everybody was like, yo, bro, how you didn't tell us that you could cut? And I say, yo, we just I get used to the place and thing. Me never too want load up my thing. You know them way there?
Yeah.
And I say, when can I get my cut, bro? And I say, yo, just link me tomorrow. Link me Sunday, link me this time. And all of a sudden, I was just cutting there.
A
Do
lot
any
of clients
lot
rolling
of
in.
clients, you know? All of a sudden, I just became the barber and the dorm and just chopping, and just cutting the hair and doing my little extra work. That's all Navasky provided for himself, just to make some ends meet, you know. And just keep training, keep working. Every workout I went to, I put my 100% into it. There's never a day, even up until now, I'd show up and said, say, oh, me not go train today, I don't want to do this today. I'ma feel guilty, that's just how I am, and just
and and
always train.
and I just said that is the very thought that I was thinking, because throughout all of what you were doing, you could have said, I'm not go training to the do, but I heard you mention it that throughout all of that, you still mention your training.
Mm-hmm.
So
Consistency.
essentially, that was important to you as well. So it's not just doing the hustle and getting the little funds to, defray the cost of things that you want to do, but you were able to do that, yet still your number one target was the training, was the track and field, and you still didn't put that on the back burner. So
Never.
indeed, that is a very good thing that I took from this story. To continue.
Yeah, so where was I? So yeah, after doing all that and being consistent with the training,
Hmm.
I start seeing results in the track. Start showing up to track meets now. When I show up to track meets, I realize, boom, 150, one running 153 this, 153 that, breaking 13-year-old facility records. And I
Hmm.
reached a stage, I was like, yo, did I just broke a facility record? Did I just broke a meet record? So
Wow.
I realized that, all right, we're not just running now, like we're running. This is my second year running, and I'm winning every single race. That season, I only lost one race, and it was the NJCAA finals. And I got second in the finals, but that year I ran over 20 races and I won practically every single thing. I was just winning and winning, and that was just building my confidence. I was just getting better and better. And when it was time to transition over into Division One universities, I had basically 18 Division One offers. I could
Wow.
basically choose to
Pick and
go
choose.
pick and choose anywhere I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And 2 years ago, I didn't have anything. So
Wow.
leaving from nothing to like 80 now,
Yeah.
and
That's remarkable.
remarkable. And at the point leaving junior college, I had a 3.92 GPA. So that was basically almost perfect. That's basically all it is.
Hmm.
So that now every basically most of the coaches in the country wanted Navasky Anderson to represent, and I could remember Coach Woods coming down and Coach Sherry coming down to Virginia, and most of the coaches they was like, I could get you on a plane. I can get you on a plane now next week Monday to come down and visit. I can get you to do this. I have this for you. I have that for you. And for some reason, I was wearing full maroon. It was Mississippi State because I was wearing full maroon. And the Mississippi State coaches came to me and it was like, hey, I spoke to your coach. And it was me and Leon, both Leon and I, Leon Clark.
Yeah, man. Too
They
tall.
came. They said, Coach told me, we come here just for you, both of you guys, just for the two of you guys we come here for. And Coach said to me, I know there's a lot of coaches talking to you guys. Everybody wants you guys to come now. But I spoke to your coach and I'm just kind of asking to see if we can talk to you guys, at least over dinner or something. We could sit down and get to talk. And when I was able to sit down with Mississippi State University coaches, and have a conversation. It was probably one of the best conversations ever. And I
Yeah.
felt so safe of, okay, this is where I want my future to go. This is the right place for me to be. Despite what everybody would talk about Mississippi, don't go to Mississippi, don't do that, don't do this. I didn't care about any of that. I said, this is where I see myself going because I know that Mississippi State University can develop me. And from spoke to the coach, realized he was an 800-meter athlete. We just had a lot in common, with
Mm-hmm.
a great connection from the jump.
The synergy start already.
It just from the very first moment,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, this is the right place for me to go. And then it's like, all right, pack my things up, gonna fly from Jersey. We're gonna go down to Mississippi State University. Moved on to Mississippi State University, and then from there, that's where started even getting better.
Start blaze up the truck.
Start.
Cause hey, I heard about a few events, yeah, that you won a lot of races over there at Essex, but more and more, we start here the resurfacing of Navasky Anderson at Mississippi University. We start here about the fast times that you're running, and it's like Navasky, yeah, Navasky Anderson. I mean, I know that you there. The same you told it that Essex. I mean, I say, okay. So we start here about Navasky, and essentially now you can look back and say that is one of the best decisions you'd have made in terms of selecting Mississippi from that 18. So
Perfect.
walk us through that journey now at Mississippi.
Mississippi State University. I'm not gonna lie. My first year, it was it was so frustrating. There was a lot of injuries, but what I
Mm-hmm.
did the most, I was super consistent to the dot, to the T, and I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
show you how consistent I was. And a lot of people don't know this or don't even remember this. So my first year, I did make both SECs, indoors and outdoor finals.
Mm-hmm.
Indoors, pulled my hamstring in the 800 finals indoors. Ended up finishing last in the race. Could hardly even walk across the line, but I still walk across the line and finished the race. Went outdoors, getting back from my injuries. I had one meet basically to run a fast time to prove that I could be able to run at SECs. And with about 1 week of training, after all of that, like literally 1 week of training, I was able to run 1 minute and 50 seconds. And then I was like, all right, can go SECs. Move on to SECs. When SECs running the fine heats preliminary runs, I ran 149. Went into the finals, run 149. Went to the regionals first round, run 149. Went to the regional second round, run 149. So like literally run 149 7 times that season. Run
Mm-hmm.
149 3, 149 4, 149 5, 149 6, like every version of 149. If I went around my first lap in 51, 149. 50 point, 149. 52, everything I did, every time I run, I could
149.
just shut my eye and knew it was 149. Whether I'm tired, energized, everything I was doing, I couldn't break the 149 bar. I was just at that level, consistent all that season. Just so for the next season, I'm like, all right, I have to change something. I have to change something. For my first season, I was doing a lot of sprint work because
Mm-hmm.
coming from Essex, I was strong, yes, but I think my coach realized that I needed the speed, and he knew that Navasky wasn't a 1 year project. He was gonna have to develop me over time.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much figured use my first year to get my speed up, and my speed increase to such a level. And then after my speed increased and I realized how fast I was at this point, you know, I decided my second year, I realized myself that I have to get better in the distance stuff, my long runs. I have to
Mm-hmm.
at least try to keep up with Marco somewhat. I can't just let him run away in the reps left me and stuff like that. And then for the whole summer, I went back to New Jersey, spend the summer in New Jersey. While I was in New Jersey, sorry, while I was in New Jersey, that time spent in New Jersey that summer is what really made me. Because I've never ever put in so much running, and I was just focused on miles and miles and being consistent, trying to improve the system, trying to drop the miles. And I just spend that summer just
Mm-hmm.
developing my system. And after I spent that summer develop my system, I came back to school, and I realized with my other teammates, everything that coach gave me, he's just like boom, done. And like, no, say me good though, I could do a 2, 3 more reps. Like I'm so then coach realized what's going on now. And then coach started increase the intensity for me.
Mm-hmm.
Increase the intensity while the other guys start doing 8, I'm doing 10. Then all right, Marco doing 12. I'm doing 11 now. Then finally I'm doing 12. So it's
And
just
that is as a result of the extra work that you put in over the
extra.
summer. So you didn't come in back at zero.
Didn't come in. I know that there's no way I could go back in zero.
Yeah.
Expect to get the greatest results possible. So I knew that there has to be some way I have to put in the extra work. So I put that extra work in, and then
But stick up in there, little though, Navasky, because this journey is really fascinating. But I want you to highlight a little bit. How did you balance? I know you're in the first year of Mississippi, but how did you balance the academics with the track and field?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Since I was at St. Jago High School, that's what I've been doing. Basically, I've been doing it all my life.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I might tend to prioritize school more. I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Until it was in my last, really in my last year at Mississippi State, where I realized that, all right, it's gonna have to be a balance if I
Yeah.
want to be dominating at these global meets. I have to cut the sacrifice just a little bit. I really have to balance it, because
Mm-hmm.
being sometimes I'm at the track from two. I used to be at the track from like 12 to 6, like from rehab, just leave going to class at 9 in the morning, right back to 11:30. So imagine going to class from 9 to 11:30, going straight to the training room, being in the training room for like 1.5 or 2 hours, going right into practice, leaving practice, go right back to the training room again. So by the
Wow.
time I check it out, it's 7 o'clock and I'm home. It's time to cook. I still have to
Mm-hmm.
cook dinner, make sure I'm living a healthy lifestyle. I still have to cook dinner, and I still have assignments due,
Yeah.
still have assignments due. It has to go in. And it's not just any regular assignments, you know. The classes I'm taking is gonna require extra and extra work as well. So I realize somehow I have to balance it. I can't really explain how I did it, how I did it.
Yeah, well,
But
you did.
yes, I had to find the balance, man. I had to find the balance, because I know that if I want to do such and such work, run 144 in the track, I have to cut a little bit of sacrifice here. But you cannot cut it too much. You have to cut it where you know that everything, I'm treating everything fairly. My
Yeah.
diet, the track, the schoolwork, my mental, like everything, because everything plays a part in it. It's not just getting up, training, and running. Everything plays a part in it.
Yeah,
So
man. So back to the after you come back in and the coach start increase the intensity on your end. That's where you were before I interjected.
yes. So coach started increase the intensity, and every time coach increase it, I respond better. I just keep responding well to it, and I like where it was going, because
Mm-hmm.
I could I could just feel the strength. So coach gave me a 1K in training, and gave me a 1K, then a 600. In the 1K, I think I ended up running 2 minutes 23 seconds in my flats. I was like, yo, I'm really running at this point, like early season, and then
Mm-hmm.
in the 600 meters, in my flats, I run 117. So I was like, okay, this is going great. If you give me a 300 meters, I could probably run 33 seconds. you know, 33, 34 in flats. So I just know that everything is going up. Speed good, strength good, endurance, everything was going perfect. Everything in the world was going perfect in training. I was getting better. I was able to keep up with Marco. I was there. I was doing everything. And then the time came. I had an indoor meet. My first indoor meet. So okay, this is about to be great. I'm going for some records. I'm gonna do something great. This is my first indoor meet. And then on first indoor meet, around 60 meters, then boom, my hamstring ripped. Just
Wow.
rip, and then I was like, this is it. I don't think track and field is for me. I was like, this is it. I was like, everything last year, indoors, pulled the hamstring. Came back this year, my first meet. I pulled my hamstring. Don't know what to do. I was like, then they told me I have to sit out basically all of indoors. To sit out all of indoors, recover for at least 6 weeks. Didn't know what to do. But during that time, coach was like, don't worry yourself. He was there with me. Coach called me in. Come on, learn a few things about track and field. Just catch some times. Learn this and that from you while I here instead of just I would still do the abs with my teammates. I would still
Mm-hmm.
swim. During that time, I've never swum so much in my life. I would swim morning, noon, and night. I'm swimming, swimming, swimming,
Yeah.
building my lungs. I'm doing everything, all the abs, all the core. I'm watching my teammates train. I'm motivating them. I'm being there for them. While
Mm-hmm.
I'm down, I was doing all of that. I'm being there for my teammates and s- started feeling a little better. So I started jogging again. I started jogging and I started running. And then it happened that my first 800 meters outdoor that season, end up that I run 1 minute 46 seconds, 1:46.5. Then I was like, what? Just imagine, I was just running 1:49 last season, just torn my hamstring, and then all of a sudden I just came and run 1:46.5. So everybody was like, Navasky, 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 and I was like, all right. But all this time, my coach was getting me ready for this. Marco was telling me, yo, based on the workouts he was doing last year at this time, this is how I was looking, and I look no way as half as impressive as you. So I definitely think that you could run this and you can run that. And one of the things that motivated me the most during that race, you know, so I went down to Florida. I was at Tom Jones and I had my glasses. These glasses. I'm not gonna tell y'all where I got them from. These glasses, they was just let's say they were sent from heaven, and I saw
Your,
these
your
glasses.
trademark glasses, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I fell in love with the glasses, and I was like, didn't want to run in the glasses because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm doing too much, I'm being hype or anything like that. But it was really that I literally couldn't see anything on the track. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it was just too bright for me. It was giving me migraines and all of that. And then Marco decided that what, I'm gonna walk with you to the starting line to the marshalling area for that day. I don't know if coach told him to do it or he decided to do it, but he decided that he's gonna do everything with me that day. So I'm like, if everybody's seeing me just hanging out and chilling with a 143 guy, I probably should can do something. Just do something to at least say, all right. So I said, today, you know what, bro? I'm gonna keep the glasses on because I train in them every day, wear them every day, but I just never find the courage to run in them. And that day I just found the courage to put my glasses on and then I put in my glasses on and I run 1:46.5 and then all my teammates was like, bro, it's the glasses, the glasses did it. So I was like,
See the glasses, the people.
yeah. They said it's the glasses did it. So I was like, all right, the glasses did it. So I decided that I'm not gonna ever take them off again. Wherever I go, I'm gonna just wear them whichever race. I'm never gonna take my glasses off. And whenever I go to a track meet, the moment I step on the bus, I would put my glasses on and I would
Mm-hmm.
not take them off until I get off the bus. And I realized that helped me get into my zone, that start build my confidence and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And it was not the thing about fashion or anything like that. It was just started to be a part of me, like just basically like my spikes, like my
Mm-hmm.
kit. And then from running that 146.5, ever since I run that 146.5, it was just 145, 145.8, 145.7, 145, 145.0, Then definitely hung around the 145 for a good minute until came back the next year again. Still hung out at 145, which this year, which was one of the roughest season of my life, but probably which is also the best season of my life, which I ran 144.7, the most trying season of my life. As most people can remember, um, I was injured at the NCAA meet, went to the NCAA meet, literally, which was one of the most trying things that ever happened to me. Basically hurting myself 1 week before the national championships. Going to the airport, I was in a wheelchair. Now that is over, I can talk about it. Going to the airport in a wheelchair, being in a boot through all of NCAA. So that was taking a toll on me. That I can't train. And I went there and I decided that I'm going and I'm gonna see how I feel day by day. I'm gonna take it day by day. And I still went to the NCAA, went out there, I ran it with my heart, took the lead out here too, and just run right through the line. End up coming third in my race. And coming third that day was not in my, even though it was a preliminary run and I run 1 minute 49 seconds, it was like, okay, even though it was at your lowest, I went out there and I still gave it my all. And then 2 weeks after that, still trying to get back into it, went to the national trials in Jamaica. I went to the national trials in Jamaica and it was it was rough as well. I got second in a run. You probably saw me trying to fight everybody off, just running from lane to running the race, just running all my life out, and ended up running 147 in the finals and running that 147. I was so tired and I was so out of shape and I was so out of it. I was so out of everything and I was so tired. I was sitting down, was on the ground, and then while I was there, sitting down on the ground, I saw somebody came up to me. My head was down like this because I was like, really lost the championship, really got second, but to me, I really gave it my best. My head was down, and then I was just there and I saw somebody came in front of me, and then I looked up. Then I looked up and I realized it was the Prime Minister. So I said, oh, wow. So I got up same time and stood up, shook his hand, and then he said to me, honestly, I see that you have been working, and I know that you're the true champion, and I know that you have it within you, and somehow you're gonna have to find it, you know. And
Yeah.
then I was like, if the prime minister of the country is watching and can come up to me and say that to me, shook my hand, we talked for a little bit more. I was like, all right, if he's watching, that means everybody is watching. If he can believe, I have to believe in myself. There's a lot of people out there looking up to me, and a lot of people out there depending on me. I was like, all right, spend some time in Jamaica, spend like 3 weeks in Jamaica, stayed low key in Jamaica. I was just training on my own, doing things on my own, just working and working until I got a call to go to a meet in California. And decided to take up the meet in California. And I said, all right, took the next flight out to California. Ended up reaching California the day of the event, like the literal day of the event, tired legs,
Yeah.
everything. But
Man.
I was like, put all of that behind me, and I said, I don't care how I feel. I end up sharing a hotel with an athlete and everything because I just going the same day. I'm just going to run. Like, put all of how I was feeling behind me and just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna run with everything off my back, no stress, nothing. Ended up running 145.7, and after running 145.7, I was like, after struggling all season, I was able to do this. So I had to give myself some credit right then and there and know, say, if it's the last day, you're gonna use the last day to qualify for the World Championships because you're going. Then I found a race and I got invited to a race in Virginia. Put together a race and invited me. And I went to the race in Virginia. Went to the race and my friend Roger Stoner called me before the race, and he said to me, in order to be great, in order to break the national record, in order to go to the World Championships, you have to do something you have never done before. You have to feel some pain you have never felt before.
Quite so.
So I said, all right. 4 hours before the deadline, I'm on the starting line. I need to run 1:44.770 to go to the World Championships. And I run 1:45.7. So run 1:45.70 this week, last week, and I need 1:44.70 this week. So I need a whole second in
Oh,
the
yeah.
800 meters. That's not easy. This is something I've never done before either. So I said, all right, bro, I got you, bro. All of my friend them I say, bro, you have to do it, because we are depend on you. I said, all
Yeah.
right, I got to know, bro. And the meet director came to me and say, all right, I know a lot of the guys in the race probably gonna try to get to the front, but yeah, just be careful and just try to have a nice smooth race, and let's see if we can get as much qualifiers out. And from the gun went off, I didn't pay attention to the breeze or anything. I was just focusing on, okay, every 200 meter, increase every 200 meter. Be aware of, where I'm at this point in the race. When am I going to, when is the right time to make the right move? Thinking about everything, just running, strategizing. Last 200 meter, just give it your all, just run through the line. And that's what I did. I put my very best on the line that day. I went through the line. And even before the race, I prayed, and I asked God for 1:44.70. So that day when I went to the line and saw 1:44.70, I was like, it definitely that got to be God's time with everything, the stresses I feel,
Yeah.
pressure I feel, you know, all this season, and to see what I was really working for coming up on the line and knowing that's also an Olympic qualifier, that was very relieving for me, and
Right in the nick of time.
right in the nick of time, right in the nick of time. And I was there, and then we had to find a chaperone to come to do the job testing and all of that. I was on the phone with Jamaica Athletics. I was there for hours. I had to give everything. I decided that I'm not gonna leave Virginia until I get all of this done.
Yeah.
Here for some time, and yeah, decided that this World Championships team wasn't gonna miss me. And whatever, I knew that I had it in me, so I just had to just pull it out. Sometimes it's gonna take you're gonna fall down sometimes before you're able to rise again, and that happened to me this season, and I'm glad I was able to do that and brush that off. Came back,
Yeah.
won a medal at the Pan American Championship Games, which is one of Jamaica's first international gold medal as Jamaica itself, and not a part of the Commonwealth or anything like that. So that was very tremendous for me, and something I always wanted to do, and that's proof that I'm going in the right direction. There's still a lot more work to be done. I'm aware of that. I'm still a hard worker. I'm still working hard. You know, I'm still just doing it all like that.
Oh, very, very, very impressive story there, Navasky. And you brought us from all the way back to the cool hills of St. Anne,
That's right.
to the cold points of New Jersey and Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
So it is indeed. And to see you walking on that platform in the gown and your hat to collect your name called, that must have been a tremendous occasion for you. Very momentous. What went through you when you finally submitted that last paper? And you decide to say, yo, this is it.
This is it. That's exactly what I felt. That's exact. I said I'm not writing no more essays. I just felt relief. I felt like I lose 100 pounds. That's
Wow.
the amount of work I've done. You can ask anybody who have ever been my roommate. Ask Javon Powell, he was my roommate at World Championship. Ask Jail Hyde, he was my roommate at Pan American Games.
Panam, yeah.
This is all I do. All day
Work, work,
before
work.
my races, like leaving my race to come home, schoolwork. Submit everything on time because I'm an international student, so I can't take more than I have to take at least two in-person classes and then maybe one or two online, but I can't take like a bulk of my classes online. I have to be in person. So, that all that's what I'm missing in the classroom. I still have to catch up with it, even though I'm traveling for a whole month, leaving for
Yeah.
3 weeks. So, sometimes leaving the country for a long period of time, and I still have a lot of work that I have to submit. I still have to pay attention to that. I still have to pay attention to the balance. Sometimes it gets frustrating because imagine knowing that you're about to run the preliminary runs at the World Championships, but at the same time, because I have to take summer classes as well, and at the same time, I have to be doing an exam.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's just like I had to buckle down and do all of that assignment and assignment, meeting the due dates, changing time zone, sometime 9, 10 hours apart, here doing this, here doing that. So it was a lot.
But at the end of it, you can smile.
I can smile, big
Yes,
time,
man.
big
Big
smile.
time.
And
Yeah,
no,
man.
I don't have only one, but 2 degrees. My bachelor's,
Yeah.
my master's, and I've Commonwealth Games finalist,
Mm-hmm.
two-time World Championship representative,
National
um,
record holder.
national record holder, same time Pan American Game medalist.
Yeah.
So there's a lot been going on over the last few years, and
And you see, even through all of the hiccups and the setbacks, and at one point you wanted to give up.
it felt like
What if you have given up? You wouldn't be sitting here and telling us
mm-mm,
all of these things that you have.
there, no way, there's no way, there's no way,
Wow.
there's no way I could allow myself to do that. One phone call from my mom, mm-mm. Just by looking in the mirror, I don't have the heart to do that.
Wow.
No matter how rough it is, I'm gonna listen to that police guy and buckle down.
Yeah. His voice ringing in their ears.
Ringing, gotta buckle down. Up
Yeah.
until this day, I remember it. Just
Wow.
have to buckle down and just push through. So, and then I advise everybody who's going through a rough time, no matter how rough it seems, towards the end, you're gonna see the sunshine after the rain.
Definitely.
You're gonna see why you went through what you went through in order to get here. You know,
Indeed.
it, it's gonna take some. It's gonna take a lot of sacrifices, because I feel a lot of pain. Then to run 144.7,
Wow.
144 is a lot of pain. Those
A lot
long
of
runs,
pain, man.
a lot of focus, a lot of sacrifices. You cannot live an ordinary lifestyle. You cannot do what you want to see. You see everybody doing. You got to cut the sacrifices. You gotta make the sacrifices. You gotta enjoy it. You gotta love it. You gotta feel the passion. It's a lot into it. You gotta embrace it. When you feel like lactic acid in your legs, too, you gotta embrace the pain. You gotta push
Mm-hmm.
through it. So, to any of the youths that are watching this, younger individuals, it might not be a great start out there for you in your career, but if you stay consistent with all that you have been doing, keep setting your goals, you're gonna see the results. Eventually, you're gonna see the results, despite what you're doing. If it's it might not be track and field, it can be soccer, it can be swimming. Despite what it is, if you buckle down, you settle down, and decided that, all right, I'm gonna do it. You put your mind to it, you can achieve it.
Yeah, because it hard work is universal right
Mhm.
across sports. It's
Right
not
across
hinged to or locked into track and field. Every sport that
every sports.
um that child or athlete wants to do, they have to lock in that hard work. Any question from the uh chat? Anybody wants to ask Navasky any question? Big up to TXT, Track Time, Wendy, Rob Smith. Big up yourself. Thanks for joining. And all the other people that are on, you might not comment, but big up yourself. If we don't have any questions in the chat, I'll just continue to. What next for you, though, Navasky? You have mastered now. Um, so I assume that you are finished with school.
That's
Uh,
right.
you're fully delved into track and field now. Do you have a sponsor? Are you gonna be with the same coach? Talk to us about this new development, if there is any.
It's always new development on the horizon. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
honest. Right now, I'm trying to. I'm at the stage in my life where I'm still figuring out things. If I'm being honest, still
Mm-hmm.
figuring everything, but I cannot lose the focus of the ultimate goal right now, which
Yeah.
is getting at the podium in the Olympic finals.
Yeah.
Despite what's going on, this is, for example, this is the Olympic finals. Everything is just basically floating around it.
Mhm.
Just staying. That's the goal right now. And with school out of the way, that's the goal right now. And is is a lot I'm figuring out. But as I said, that's the goal right now, and I just can't make nothing come in the way of that. Currently, I'm without a sponsor right now. So I have an agent, but I'm without a sponsor. So I'm just still working on my own, still doing things on my own. But my goal is to be in the podium, the World Championship finals, and I'm going to do everything within my rightful power to continue train. You know, it can be rough traveling to meets and stuff and all of that, but I'm blocking out the noise right now and figuring out to
Mm-hmm.
make things work for myself. You know, and that's my goal, and I'm not gonna let nothing stop me from going towards my goal, going after my goal, chasing my goal, and achieving it. That's it, and nothing is not gonna stop me.
That sounds powerful, Navasky. And you have done it before through high school, through JUCOL, through university.
That's right.
Nothing stopped you.
That's
So
right.
I definitely don't believe that that thing is gonna come and stop you. Whatever that thing is. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So definitely going to be watching the progress that you make for this season coming up. We're definitely looking forward to you doing greater things, and certainly looking forward to see you compete in Paris, because I'm with you. We want to see a Jamaican on the podium Olympic in a
That's right.
middle distance event, and you are poised with the determination that you have and the work ethics. Definitely, you are the man right now. You understand? So
And for the other 800-meter guys out there, I know that there's definitely a lot of guys out there that can do it. So even though the sprints, everybody know that Jamaica is a sprint world, sprint factory. Um, Jamaica is the jumps were very good. You know, I'm still trying now. Honestly, I'm trying my best because the more the younger individuals get to accept it, okay, we can run great 800 meters too,
yeah.
can be great 800-meter runners too. I just don't want to say, okay, I came, I ran 800 meters for Jamaica, broke the national record. But at the end of the day, who did I motivate to say, all right, I could be the next great 800-meter runner for Jamaica? So I don't want the legacy to say, all right, it's going to stop here. I want to motivate so that others could see that, okay, we can do it, and I've seen somebody done it. So I know it can be done. I can win a Pan American Games medal. I can make Commonwealth Games final. I can qualify for the Olympics. I can qualify for the World Championships because a little boy from St. Ann, Jamaica did it. So I
Hmm.
know I know I can do it too.
Yeah.
So I want to keep motivating others to just come on, keep getting better, stick to the focus, and just like the 100 meters, applying the same principles, 400, applying the same principles, do the work that needs to be done, and run some 800 meters, and let's build Jamaica 800 meters. Let's build a legacy, keep building a legacy. That's what I would love to see. You know, that's what I would love to see. A new generation of 800-meter athletes for Jamaica.
All right, definitely. So TXT track time sent a message here. There's it on the screen.
Okay, thank you very much. All love. I know I get a lot of love and support from, so I appreciate that.
All right, and there's a question from Wendy. What about approaching the Ministry of Education to identify a sponsor? I don't know if that I don't know what that is. Anyways, a question from Kevin Mott. Would you be training at the same camp?
Yes, I will still be training with Coach Woods and still have my same training partners and still here with Marco. Same family, same love. Just keep getting better, keep breaking records, keep making history.
Definitely. Any more questions from the comment section? We don't want to keep the boss too long, you know. We're gone over an hour now. And we know him have to get him nice rest before training
Mhm.
early in the morning, you understand?
Which is right.
Chantel say, way to go. She's proud of you.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's my cousin, most definitely. Thank you, cuz.
All right. And Ricardo Jackson said, big up turf.
Yeah, man, my brother, my same brother, me tell you, say,
Oh, okay,
in the
okay. Big,
video,
big up
you're
on
gonna need,
yourself. Big up.
yes, turf is a legacy, turf.
Yeah,
Bless
man.
up,
That
turf. Brothers for real life.
all right. And I heard you mention a few of the St. Diego athletes too that you still have communication with. It's good to know that you know that brotherhood is still um connected and you guys are still in touch. That's a good look. You know, sometimes people scatter across the world and them not really communicate again
That's
for
right.
whatever reason. But we're happy that that is still happening. So Navasky, any final words that you want to share with us? So that you can motivate and inspire somebody before we let you go.
Most definitely. I always try to do something like this. But as I said before, during the lowest moments, you feel like, all right, I gotta give up. No one is watching. Someone is always just know someone is always watching. Um, during times that you know that is the roughest, you feel like you're down and you're down by just know that you have somebody looking up to you. Either you look across the mirror, you know that all right, you gotta do this for yourself. This is your way out. You know, there's a lot of means of uplifting yourself and just set goals, set short term goals, medium term goals, and long term goals. Because during times when I feel like all right, I need to boost my confidence or something like that, that's what I look to. Just the small goals that I've been achieving over and over time, and look to family for sign of strength, and just creating that relationship I've created with my coaches, my brothers, and stuff like that. Really got me too. So just keep doing what you're doing, but being consistent is what gonna take you to places. Being consistent, never giving up, believe in a goal, and you will definitely achieve it. That's basically what I have to leave with some of my folks that are supporting me, and I appreciate all the love and support that I've been getting from all my supporters. They're not fans. I love to call them supporters. And if I see any of my supporters doing anything, I'll try to support them as well. I love that support, and I'll always try my best to put my best effort out there on the track, because I know y'all out there depending on me. Sometimes it might not go the way y'all like it to go,
Yeah.
but and that can be frustrating. It's frustrating for me too, because of course I want the best for myself, but I continue to pour all that never-ending love into it. You know, keep pouring that love into it, and I just keep doing my best. So if you support me, I know you're a real one, and I'm here to support you too. So thank you very much for all that love.
All right, big up yourself, Navasky. Thank you very much for joining the coach's desk. Trust me, the interview, yeah, I mean, I wait till nobody tell me. It's sell off. Your story was very inspiring. Um, it was just organic. You understand? Everything was just on point. The storyline, through the different phases and all of that. Trust me, it I enjoyed this one. I just sat and I listened. You understand? So go on there, thing you and we continue to support you. We don't have to reiterate anything because based on what you say, nothing can change your focus right now. You understand?
That's right.
So definitely. Thank you again. And enjoy the rest of your evening. I sent you a message. Just check it out. You
Okay.
understand? All right. So thanks again for tuning in. Until next time. So, people, thank you very much for sharing the moment with us. Navasky Anderson joined us and he shared a very, very wonderful and telling story to us. We appreciate you being here. And definitely, Navasky, we appreciate you too because all that you do, it's not only for yourself, you're doing it for the supporters
Which is
and for Jamaica land we love. People, we will be back in another episode of From Trackside. Until then.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.